It is not just a big week for one TKO brand. WWE had their big weekend. Now it's time for the UFC to have theirs. It's UFC 300 coming up this weekend. Here are the key storylines to watch for in the co and main events for this Saturday. UFC 300 is set for this weekend, and I think the big storyline coming in, it's a lot of the focus has been on who's not there compared to who is there. Like the star power for the main event does feel like it is lacking a little bit. This card is tremendous. Up and down the card, the depth of this is just so incredible. But while UFC 100 set the bar with Brock Lesnar in the main event, George St. Pierre on that card as well, that really set these are the two stars of this company, and they are going to take us into the next 100 fights. They tried it with John Jones and Daniel Cormier at UFC 200. That didn't work. This time around, the timing didn't work with Conor McGregor. They've loaded up a few other cards leading up to this, which was an interesting choice. And now you have great depth, but there isn't the star power at the top. But you could have a future star in Alex Pereira, as he is a 2-division champ, 11 fights into his career. Now is the time to establish his legacy, and this is going to be such an amazing spotlight for him. I think as the week goes on, I think there's going to be a lot of focus on, look, this is one of the craziest rises we have seen in the history of combat sports, and they're going to continue to attach that rocket ship to him. But let's not forget the other side of that main event, as Jamal Hill never lost this championship in the cage. He gets injured, and that ends up taking the belt away from him, leading to a lot of this that has gone on in the light heavyweight division over the last little while. Now he's back, and I don't know if a lot of people took him very seriously as champion. I think there was a lot of people hoping that Israel Adesanya would move up to 205 pounds and take this fight instead. So Jamal Hill, the main story for him is just reminding everyone how much of a badass you are. In the co-main event, Zhang Weili defends her title against Yao Jianan. Weili has been on a great roll since the back-to-back losses to Rose Namajunas, and this is another one where she can establish a legacy as well. She's won 3 fights in a row, is just an absolutely tremendous champion, but there are certainly some questions, of course, and she doesn't have necessarily the most marketability right now, going up against Yao Jianan, who has absolutely looked great in back-to-back wins, but it is kind of just 2 wins in a row. Like, this isn't this up-and-coming challenger who has been steamrolling through everyone and now gets this opportunity. This will be a great fight, but I don't know if either of them feel like a mega star that you would feel like would be getting this spot. So we'll go over non-main event fighters to watch on Tuesday, and it's basically the rest of them because this card is insane. But this does feel like, while these are intriguing fights, it does feel a little bit lacking for a show as big as what they suggested UFC 300 would be.